Well, hello, colleagues. I hope you're doing well. Today is Monday, November 1st. I'm greeting from my office where I'm here to offer to you, as I always do each week, some news and notes about things that are happening within the college community and my own transition into that space. Last week continued to be a busy one. I had a boot camp with special events and really got to understand the magic that goes into that, but the tremendous amount of work that also goes into our special events team. On a side note, I'd also encourage you to keep your eye out. Fairly soon you'll be seeing some information that comes out about our annual holiday party that we're going to merge with our awards program this year. So speaking of special events, going to be special, but it's also going to be an event. So very happy for that. Internally, I met with our classified chair, Ms. Phoebe McKnight, and spent some time with our leadership team, talking quite a bit about organizational strategy, how we comport ourselves as a group, and thinking very deliberately about how I start to compose my cabinet, which is going to be something I'll be taking on over the next month. We had the salary study town hall meeting. Again, big kudos to Eric and our advisory team and our HR team for the work they did in helping to prepare for that. All of you who called in via Zoom, but also those who participated in person, thank you for your thoughtful questions, and more importantly, those positive feedback about the way in which you tried to approach this work. So very grateful to you all about that. And then I had the pleasure of spending some one-on-one time in the monthly meeting with our chancellor, talking about some observations I've made and some future directions you'll be hearing about fairly soon. Externally, I got to start my renewed visit of the Valley. I spent time with our Las Vegas Councilman Cedric Creer, the Las Vegas Councilmember Brian Knutson. Very important conversations with both of those. I also had a privilege of attending the National Association of Women Business Owners, their Women of Distinction Awards. Wonderful way of really celebrating and recognizing those women who have broken glass ceilings, but also who paved the pathway for others to come behind them. Wonderful opportunity also to interact with our own college community, both our faculty, staff, administrators, and students who joined us. It was a really wonderful time. I spent time with our Regional Transportation Commission CEO, MJ Maynard, love her, and Angela Castro, who works for them in terms of communication. So many great opportunities we explored about how to increase their knowledge of our students, but also how to increase ridership and how they can be unique and meeting the needs of our Nevada State students and employees. Great opportunity there. I was able to cap off my week with a visit with the Henderson Chamber of Commerce, where I participated in what they call a featured conversation, I guess you could say, with a CEO, and it was really a great opportunity. I want to thank Public Works Coffee House and TSK for their work in sponsoring that, but also all the business folks who came out to be a part of the conversation. It was a really powerful event. And then over the weekend, I had the pleasure of attending the Silver State Equality Awards. I want to give a big shout out to Megan, who leads our Academic Queers group, and who was able to actually bring students to that. So it was a really powerful opportunity to observe all of the gains in the civil rights movement as it relates to LGBTQI plus initiatives. Continue to have all of my standing meetings with both my executive team and various leadership meetings along the day. Now, I'll share with you some campus issues that are coming back. You're going to be hearing more about this, which actually, I guess, officially kicked off today. Our Back in Bold campaign, which we're talking about and celebrating our reopening to a certain extent of our campus, which will be starting fully in January. You'll see a written communication that will come out from me later on this week. But let me emphasize, we were created to serve a community. And we know for a fact that our value proposition as a college is that we're able to be there to provide high quality, intentional teaching, to provide robust and intentional support services, to be here for students who need us. As we know, for many of our students, they're first generation college students. They are coming to us with oftentimes very different experiences of what education should look like, and they come to us with the idea that they will be met where they are. So we're going to meet them, and our state has done a phenomenal job in preparing our students to come back into a safe environment. Our Board of Regents has done that to have requirements for our employees. So as a result of that, in January, we're coming back and bold, and it's going to be a great opportunity for us to do what we do best, show up for our students in very intentional ways and support workforce and economic development in our community. I'll also share, we started doing the initial vetting of the alternative work arrangement policy. Shared that with the leadership team last week. We're going to come back after some robust feedback at our next meeting of that group and begin to look at the next version, and then we'll be sending it out through our governance system to solicit feedback from members of the college community. I want to thank the leadership team because they were able to really hear and understand the intentionality around the policy, but also to lean in and offer constructive feedback in ways I think will make it richer and more thoughtful around the needs of employees. So look forward to your feedback. I'm not rushing this process. To be very clear, I'm hopeful that by early January, late January, we'll be able to put the policy out into the college community, if not before that. But then we know that we'll take then a process that I have to follow for us to be able to, those people to apply based on the criteria that are there, and then have that policy go into effect for the next fiscal year. So very excited to see where this is going and look forward to all of your feedback around it. Couple observations is that, as I'm starting to prepare as we move into November, I've spent now a few weeks here at Nevada State and really observing the way in which we're organized as an organization, spending time understanding roles and responsibilities. And over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to start vetting some ideas as it relates to some reorganization. Important about that is that I'm thinking about not having the college organized for what we were or even where we are right now, but thinking very deliberately about what we are going to become as an institution of higher education in the next several years. So I'm trying to put an organizational structure in place that will stand the test of time, as well as be responsive to what we see in other higher educational institutions across the country. My ask of you, I was just telling someone that November is my favorite month because it is about gratitude and it's about this opportunity of really recognizing and pausing. So I'll share with you that November is also one of our favorite months in my family, not because Robin's birthday is this week or mine is in the subsequent weeks, but as because it's National Adoption Awareness Month. And as you all know, that I've shared with in many spaces that our family was made whole by the adoption of this glorious little boy that we get to parent together. I should quit saying little because now he's taller than both of us. But I always want to remind that. So for me, I'm very grateful about what November represents in our family. I also want to point out to a lot of you, November is also a time when the weather starts to shift. Make sure you're still washing your hands, practicing social distancing, because flu season also starts. So we want to be able to take care of ourselves as well as take care of each other. So with a grateful spirit, let me say I want to thank our colleagues and friends and students at Nepantla. I had the opportunity to visit their wonderful altars that were created as a part of the Dia de los Muertos activities. Deeply moving. Even some of our colleagues in our office had altars that they set up in their office themselves. It was just profound to observe the way in which this was distinctly Nevada State College. Whether it be a discipline, an office, an entity, a person who wanted to celebrate that. It was deeply moving, and I want to thank you all for giving us the opportunity to be a part of that recognition. The thing that I like to do is to say thank you. So thank you to everyone for all that you're doing. We're moving into the grind as we get ready to step into a different part of the semester. And I hope you continue to take care of yourself as well as take care of others. And remember about this mission that we have here at Nevada State. So honored to be here. Looking forward to the next part of this, and happy November 1st. Take care and be well.